In this example, I want to show you how to factorize a quadratic expression, but this time using the list method. I've shown you how to use a guess method before, but now I want to show you how to use a list method. It's called the list method, by the way, because it involves a list. I just called it that. You could call it anything you want, really. Anyway, so we're going to use this method to factorize this expression here, 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. The first thing you want to do is get your multiply and add target. To get the multiply target, you just multiply the first and last numbers in your expression, assuming your quadratic expression is in the usual format with x squared first, and then x is, and then a number at the end. Okay, so multiply the first and last numbers. So in our case, you got 2 and minus 2. So 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. That's your multiply target. And your add target is pretty easy. It's just a number in the middle, minus 3. Okay, so what do you do with that? You make a list of numbers that multiply to make minus 4. So 1 times minus 4. I start with 1 by purpose, and then I can move on to 2, then 3, etc. So 1 times minus 4 makes minus 4. Then I swap the signs around to get the other option. That looks very similar to that. Minus 1 times 4. Then I move on to 2. 2 times what makes minus 4? 2 times minus 2. And I don't bother swapping the signs around for that, because 2 and minus 2 is the same as minus 2 and 2. And then there isn't anything else after that. So anyway, here's your list of numbers, whole numbers, by the way. You can only use whole numbers to multiply to get the multiply target, or the mult target, whatever you want to call it. So anyway, here's your list of numbers, and then you have to check which one of these pairs also meet your add target, which is minus 3. Which one also adds to minus 3? So you can see 1 plus minus 4 equals minus 3. The other ones don't. Minus 1 plus 4 is positive 3, and 2 plus minus 2 is 0. So anyway, this is the only one that meets both the multiply target and the add target. So what do you do with this pair of numbers? What you do is you split the minus 3x up into a 1x plus a minus 4x, because minus 3x equals x minus 4x, like you can see here. So this turns into this, except for this has been split into two parts there, and you got a dotted line for a reason, because this and this are going to be factorized separately. So I factorize that first, and I can see I got a common factor x, and the bracket ends up being 2x plus 1. And now here's an important thing: you have to make sure that when you factorize this side, you get the same bracket. So what I do is I actually write the bracket first. So I've got 2x plus 1 there, so I immediately write 2x plus 1 there, and I go, what times 2x makes minus 4x? It's got to be minus 2. And then I just quickly check as well that minus 2 times 1 makes minus 2. So basically this multiplies back to that. So that way I make sure I get the same bracket on both sides. And that's important because that helps me get to the final part of the answer, which is this thing here. This thing here is the original thing factorized. But how do I get from there to there? The quick answer is that you simply, the bracket that repeats becomes one of the brackets here, and the other bracket becomes the stuff on the outside, so x and minus 2 goes there. But what's the reason for that? I'd like to explain it a little bit. Say you've got a certain number of these 2x plus 1s there, and you've got a certain number of a few more of these 2x plus 1s. Let's say you've got 10 2x plus 1s here, and you've got, I don't know, 5 2x plus 1s there. So 10 of these 2x plus 1s. So the x is replaced with a 10, and the minus 2 is replaced with a nice plain 5. Yeah, so you got 10 of these 2x plus 1s, and you got 5 of these 2x plus 1s. Therefore, altogether, you're going to have 15 of those 2x plus 1s. How did I do that? I basically added that number and that number together, right? So in the same way, even with more complicated stuff, you can do the same trick. You can say, how many 2x plus 1s have I got? I've got x and minus 2 of them. Okay, or x minus 2 of these 2x plus 1s. That's the secret times in between. So I'm saying I've got that many times that. that's a quick explanation as to why you get from there to there, but the short practical way of getting from here to there is simply to say that repeated bracket becomes one of the brackets underneath, and the stuff on the outside becomes the other bracket. So in short, I factorize from here to there. I'm going to quickly give you a quick summary of what I just did. So first thing is you get the multiply target, which you get from multiplying the first and last numbers. Then you get the add target, which is simply the middle number. Then you list a bunch of numbers that get the multiply target, and you find out which one also makes the add target. Then that pair of number that agrees with both the targets is used to split this up like that. You factorize each half, making sure the brackets are the same on both sides, and then to finish off, one of the repeated bracket becomes one of the brackets here, and the stuff on the outside becomes the other bracket, and you have factorized the expression.